All right. Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay. I see this. Okay. For the record, this is ONNX Edge working group meeting on July 10th. Currently, we have Yedong, Huawei, and Milan, me from Qualcomm, and then we're expecting a few more folks soon. So, do you see my screen, Yedong?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I kind of try to follow general instructions that these steering committee set to kind of put meeting minutes in a document, prior to the meeting with agenda, and then update afterwards with the notes. So that's just little formality, I guess, but there you go. So yeah, on the GitHub channel, I did say this is the same agenda. Actually, maybe I didn't include this. I thought we should talk a little bit about that interaction with other SIGs and how we proceed there. But main two items for today were about reviewing a few prototype profiles based on attributes we defined, and so this is where offer comes in, because that was action item for him. I think this might be offer. Yeah, that's offer.
Hi, sorry for joining late.
Hey, sure, no problem. And then we are waiting. I don't know. Saurabh seems like didn't dial. Actually, you saw what I did on kind of voting for the previous document that we wanted to finalize, and I pinged Saurabh to also confirm yes, no here, but it didn't happen yet. I was hoping that he would be in this meeting so he could just acknowledge or not. But I think, given that we have most of us, actually, you know what? For the record, I should reply yes. And yeah, so I'm guessing we adapted this document and it's ready to be published to artifacts. So at this point, I would go proceed and move this stuff, move the document and attached drawings inside into the artifacts folder. I can do that. I can actually make a copy of it and copy it into the artifacts folder. So this is where we keep everything we want to kind of what we publish. And I'm talking about this, right? We would move it here. That fine with everybody here if I do this, I can just copy over the documents and put them in artifacts. I just was waiting for the Saurabh also to confirm, but because he was one of the contributors. Okay, so that is a little bit about that. So going back to where is it? Trying to find the window that I was using. Yeah, this one. So this is our agenda for today. It was about reviewing a few prototypes, under quotes, profiles to kind of test our definition of the attributes. And I don't know, Offer, that was action item that you took. Is that something you are kind of ready to share today?
No, not yet. Sorry for that.
Okay. Okay, so then I guess we need to plan this for the next meeting. But you also, there is a ONNX workshop invite sent out for August 23rd. So I'm not sure if you are gonna go or not.
Actually, I asked the Microsoft and the NVIDIA guys, but they replied it's better not to attend this time. So I cannot come this autumn.
Yeah, okay. So as it turns out, that is also the date, 23rd. I looked into my vacation calendar, and it is like 22nd, 23rd is my vacation days that I set a while back, and I'll see what I can do. It is gonna, gonna be. I'm guessing, my wife may freak out if I say that I'm gonna, but so I'll try to find out if I can make it. That was the long planned vacation for us, so I'm not sure. So we'll see what can we do here. By default, Offer and me will attend. That is what we have been doing for the last couple of workshops, but we'll organize ourselves here. I'm not sure about Sarab. And okay, so if you don't have a first bullet up to discuss, like a prototype profiles, two options. We leave it for the next a meeting, which is in 2 weeks, or we consider one kind of meeting next week to kind of go through that. And that is probably what, I'm actually open to suggestions there, what you guys think. And the second thing is a profile definition template proposal. We discussed about how do we decide and define templates, right? Can we define a template for the profile so that people can use this template, and then we could divvy up work and conform to this template in terms of the definition of the profile, specific profile. And I don't have specific templates to share. However, I was wondering if we could discuss this and see, like, if there's anything that things that we need to capture. For example, obviously the set of the range of attributes or values for the attributes that belong to that profile, and things like that, like model, representative model. What is the use cases associated with this profile, and things like that, right? So that's something that I had in mind, also to touch on it if we have time. So now we obviously have time because we don't have the first bullet. So I'm kind of open to kind of to suggestions from everybody how we should approach this. I was hoping that by defining some of these prototype profiles, we will sort of have some a view or starting point to kind of build upon, and then extend as required. But now we don't have, so we can just brainstorm, I guess, a little bit. What do you guys think? Should we continue discussion and brainstorming here today, or should we consider a meeting potentially next week to offset the lack of discussion material this week?
How about we discuss these agendas next week?
You mean the same agenda but next week?
Yes, because I see probably nobody prepared anything.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm also, that's what I was saying. Maybe that would be the best.
Yeah.
Okay, Offer, what do you think? You'll be okay with the next?
Okay with the next? Yeah, it sounds good to me. That's fine. I'll have at least one profile prototype.
So maybe we. Oh, there's some echo. Maybe we could combine a prototype profile with also kind of and use that also as a template discussion material for the profile. So Offer and I will talk about that here. And so, okay, so fine. I'm thinking like we don't need to spend much time here. This last bullet here was mainly about the action item from last time when we said there is operator SIG, and they had this agenda item which was about the domains, right? And so that I attended last operators meeting 10 days ago or so. You can see me here that I was there, and then there was this topic: organize operators by domain. And I brought it up, and just for their awareness that we are talking about something like about edge profiles and so on, and maybe there's overlap there. So I want them to be aware when this comes to the plate, and so they made a note of that. That make sure that they sync up with us, and so make sure that there's no overlap. So we'll see. At the first reaction, they thought, oh, this is not the same. It was more about profiles like maybe for training, maybe for inference, maybe these kind of domains. But again, it was brought to their attention, so we'll stay in the loop. So that's an update on that. Saurabh said that he would follow up with some Intel folks, like Darren here and so on, or Michael. But well, we don't know that. We don't know yet. He's not dialed in. So there you go on that. And then I would just want to point out that there are actually the other SIGs are coming alive, and they are all following the same form and process and logistics. There's infra now, GitHub channel. There's the converters, GitHub channel, and so basically that's good news, good sign, because then there is a specific a communication channel established across the ONNX community with Gitter and pretty much logistics that I would say pretty much inherited from what we were been doing. So that's good. So there's a place that you can go. For example, on converters, there is I think first meeting is today, actually, after this meeting. And there is agenda and things like that. So we are not specifically interested in the converters, for example, but just like wanted to, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but there is now all SIGs have GitHub, and they have their GitHub channel. A model zoo, maybe not yet. I mean, model zoo maybe will come, but core infra here is just channel. There's nothing yet. There's just channel. But there you go. That was a quick update from me. But I been regarding interaction with the others in the ONNX community. If you don't, do you have anything to share in this regard, or no?
No, not this weekend.
Okay, sounds good. So then, as we discussed, then I would say that as per agenda, we don't have much to discuss, so we'll close the meeting today and look for scheduling another one next week. Sounds good? This is not
Yes.
the agenda, but yeah, this one. Yeah, here. So okay, sounds good. Sorry, yeah, it wasn't super apparently productive today, but there you go. We'll catch up. Thanks everybody. Bye.
Goodbye.